Welcome to Chidi's Auto Channel, where you get to learn tips about driving, maintenance, and getting more information concerning your car. Today, I'm going to talk about tips on how to ensure optimal fuel usage in your vehicles. You know that petrol prices are getting higher more and more, and if you need to get the best out of your vehicle, to save save some money for yourself, you need to find a way to make sure that these 5 tips I'm going to give you, you follow them as much as possible. First on the list is don't race your car. What do I mean? On one of my videos, I've talked about you monitoring your tachometer while you're driving. So what I mean by don't race your car is at least your first three gears. Try and make sure that your tachometer does not exceed 3. If you do gradual acceleration, you save fuel, you still get to your destination, and you still be able to move fast. So don't race your car. Always ensure, no matter the vehicle you're driving, that your tachometer does not exceed 3. If you're driving a big engine vehicle that is above 3.5 liter engine, then you even need to reduce it to below 3, but maximum is 3. If you're driving a vehicle, some vehicles you see economy light coming on when you're about to move or on the dash screen, the way you accelerate will either make that economy light to go out or remain. So when you're driving, you need to make sure that you do not race your car. Do gradual acceleration. You will save fuel in your vehicle. And then secondly, service your car when due. What do I mean? If you're using regular oil, not synthetic, the advised time for you to service your vehicle is 2 to 3,000 kilometers or 3 months, depending on how often you drive. If you exceed the 3,000 kilometers in less than the 3 months, you don't have to insist on waiting till 3 months before you change, because when your engine oil loses its viscosity, it affects how your engine run. Your engine will drag, and when your engine drags, it will make it not to perform optimally. You end up consuming more fuel to attain a certain speed. If you're using synthetic oil, depending on the quality of the synthetic oil, your recommended time for oil change is 5,000 kilometers to 10,000, or 3 months, or even 6 months, depending on how you drive your vehicle. Me personally, I normally use kilometers to determine when next to change. That is a time when that oil would not have lost its viscosity. If not, your vehicle will not perform well. Your engine will start dragging. You'll be forcing it to move, and that affects whatever you're doing. In terms of this servicing too, if you're using an automatic vehicle or manual gearbox, know that you will still need to change your gear oil. For modern cars, the automatic oil, you can use it for as much as 60 to even 100,000 kilometers depending. Those of manual, you need to change it earlier. But whatever, if you're using an automatic vehicle and you exceeded over 100,000 kilometers, if you're not the one that bought that vehicle brand new, then know that you need to change the oil, because if the oil is not okay, your gear will not function effectively, and once your gear is not functioning effectively, your vehicle would have a drag. You'll be forcing it to move at a certain speed. That would affect your fuel consumption. So if you're using automatic or manual, know that you would need to change your gear oil depending on the last time you changed it and how many kilometers you've covered ever since you've changed it. But if that you bought that vehicle, the red version for instance, and it's over 100,000 kilometers and you've not changed your gear oil, kindly ensure that you do that so that you can get the best out of that vehicle. Another thing is preventing exhaust pipe leakage. In this one, always make sure that your exhaust is not leaking from the exhaust manifold to the point where you have your oxygen sensor. If your exhaust is leaking between your exhaust manifold to your exhaust where you have your oxygen sensor, any leakage there causes disruption in the vehicle performance, which automatically affects your fuel consumption. But if the exhaust is leaking maybe towards the tail end of your exhaust pipe, that one does not really have much effect on the vehicle, but it causes a lot of discomfort as well. But right now, if it is leaking at the earlier part from the exhaust manifold towards the middle of your exhaust, once you notice it, kindly and urgently go and get it fixed. If not, it will disrupt your vehicle performance, your fuel consumption will increase. Another thing is, the fourth one is, do not wind your glasses down fully on the highway. If you're not using AC and you're driving, make sure that your fog glasses are not down. If you're on the highway and you want to wind down, maybe you wind down just the two in front, a little, and then if you have to wind down the ones at the back, maybe a little. If you do that, you're creating a drag of air, and that would definitely affect your fuel consumption. So if you're driving and you're on the highway, try not to wind down your fog glasses down, irrespective of the vehicle you're using. And if you have to wind down the four of them, don't wind them down fully. Keep them a certain level up. If you do that, you reduce the amount of air drag that vehicle will be facing. And if you're facing or having so much air drag, your vehicle will consume more fuel. The last one is using the recycle button when you put on your AC in your vehicle. Some may know of it, some may not know, but I'm going to show you that recycle button. So if you're driving your vehicle and your AC is working, once you put on your AC, always make sure that recycle button is on. That recycle button prevents air, external air, from coming in. And if those external air comes in, it also creates its own drag as well. But when you use the recycle button, the compressor will work less because it will just keep recycling the air inside. Your vehicle will even be cooler, and then you reduce the air drag that you're going. I want to show you that recycle button for those who may not know of it. You can see this is the recycle button. So once you put on your AC, always make sure that this recycle button, you put it on. If yours is a switch like this or a knob or something, once you put on your AC, make sure you put it on. So as for these things I've mentioned now, I want to show us the way that we can actually screenshot it so that we can always make reference. So these 5 things I've mentioned here, you can see it here. So probably you can actually screenshot it and save it and make reference to it. 1 is don't race your car. 2, service when due. 3, prevent exhaust pipe leakage. 4thly, do not wind down all the glasses, especially if you're traveling on the highway. And then always use the recycle button when you put on your AC. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in my next video. If you like what you learned, kindly subscribe and then also recommend it to others and like. I also appreciate it if you make your comments on the comment section in case if you have anything to ask or to say. Thank you. See you on my next video.